Hello and welcome to episode 28 of Legend of the Five Rings. Just as a quick thing, I am just suffering from hay fever at the moment, so occasionally I'll have to mute myself to blow nose, etc. So I apologise. I hate the summer. But anyway, that's me. We have just come out of a large fight from within the Shinomen Forest with the Pale Matron, who was a spirit of a spider. And what else? Yeah, that's about it, actually. That's all we need to know. You are still on the path going towards finding the entrance to the Realm of Silent Waters to help complete Kitsune Ryoshi's Genpuku quest to find her ancestral sword. But of course, all the things around it are still going on. So we'll introduce the characters, starting from the top, Mr. Ian.
Hi, I'm Ian. I play Heichi Akihiro, the premier swordsman of the party. That's about it.
Fair enough. Miss B.
I'm B. I play Heichi Xiaofan, the supreme Shugenja of the party. one of the supreme.
Mr. Andy.
Hi, I'm Andy. I play Takahiro, who is the leader of the party.
In his own mind. Mr. Ken.
I play Heichi Takahashi, who always bows to Xiaofan's superior magical wisdom.
What's the after?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Food.
Mr. Ben.
I'm Ben. I play Heichi, the tattooed order monk, who is both the top and the bottom monk in the group, being the only one.
Fair enough. And last but not least, Mr. Kyle.
I'm Kyle. I play Roshi Ryutao, and right, no, it is Roshi, isn't it?
No, that's your girlfriend.
Hi. Yeah. You married already?
Girlfriend.
Married
Oh my
already. Yes.
I know.
Heichi Ryutao, and I am the archer's Bushi.
Excellent. Thank you very much, folks. As I say, so you are still within the area of the Pale Matron, which is a webbed, wooded area with a ravine. There is still the webs around. Let's move you there. And there are ways of crossing the ravine, but some of you are injured. Not all of you, because you got fairly lucky, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Does anybody look super injured? Actually.
I am injured.
Yes, that was it. I couldn't get to you in one round and heal you, so I will. Now that we're out of danger, I will approach.
I am on the.
Are you there? Is that you?
I think I've already been healed a bit
Oh, have you?
because I'm down to 30 wounds, and that's because it's thresholds, isn't it? So I'm currently only grazed, but I'm sure I was worse than that at one point.
Who else is injured? I think, what's his face? The guard was quite badly injured, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Dero.
What is his name? Dero. That was it.
Dero.
I'm right next to him. So is he badly injured? Injured?
He's fairly badly injured. Yeah. He's not on death's door, but he has. He has had a chunk taken out of him.
Yeah,
Wasn't he
okay.
really badly poisoned?
He was, but I worked out that the poison had passed. It's done its thing. He wasn't still poisoned. It was just a damaging poison rather than an affecting poison. It's been and done its thing. It's cleared from his body now. I did some health something or other, I don't know. I shall cast. I presume Shafa's going to do the same on
Probably.
Takahashi when I find it.
I think it's so there's the bigger one, which is regrow the wound. I think that's the one I want. Water flows into nothing.
Just got the. Can't find it.
Okay. Yeah, but if we've got time, I will cast the regrow the wound on. It's only one individual, so Takahiro, isn't it? That's injured.
Yes,
It should pop up with the wording here. Sorry, my roll 20 is being super slow at the moment. There we go. So I succeeded in casting it because it was a level 3 spell.
Lovely.
And I maintain concentration until he's healed to full, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. I'll quite happily take that.
Yeah, because the other one is a smaller spell, easier to cast, but it's a one and done thing. This one is concentration, basically.
Yeah. These smaller ones, rank 1.
Yeah.
I haven't got that one.
Xiaofan,
You haven't got
your
regrow
ability
the wound.
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
Takahiro says to Xiaofan, your ability to heal these wounds always astounds me.
It is the Kami's work, but yes.
You direct it though, and you direct it very well.
She looks proud of herself. Thank you. I'm fairly sure. Didn't we swap a bunch of spells?
I thought we did, but it's not on my character sheet.
Actually, saying that, I think after we did that, when we leveled up, I think regrow the wound was one of the ones I learned. So maybe we just haven't swapped our new bunch of spells. I think the healing ones are really important for us both to share. So
yes, definitely.
At some point, obviously, when we get some downtime, that
We
one
should share.
Yeah, we should definitely share that one.
Yeah, it's not on my list. Well, I'm going to do the lower one on
Dyro.
what's his face?
Isn't it Dyro?
Dyro. Hyro.
Yes.
Hero.
Dyro. Or Diro.
I'm sure I've been
Equal to
mispronounced all the way.
the amount of person exceeds the TNT car, so I'm not going to put any raises in it. I was stupid last game. I didn't use void when I should have done so. When I knew I wouldn't have been able to cast the spell without putting a void into it, so I've got plenty of void spare. So I'm going to put a void point in to add one keep one to the roll. Tom, if that's all right.
Yep, absolutely fine.
I'm going to cast. Target number 10. I got a bit shit, isn't it? So he's healed 9 wounds.
Cool, no problem. Thank you very much.
Still quite badly injured.
Yeah, he's still badly injured at the moment. He's not terrible, but he will be moving, so that isn't an issue.
I'll do another one.
Okay.
Where's that gone? What's my name?
Has your spells slots been the spells used bit been reset by any chance?
Since last week?
Yeah.
No, not since last week. I've still got this. I use. No, mine hasn't. My void that I've used is correct as well. Still.
Yeah. I know I used all my air. but I have no idea where I am with the others. I'm fairly sure I haven't used any earth or fire, but it's quite possible that I've used void, and I can't remember if I've used water. Obviously, I've used one water now. I'm just gonna. Like that.
Didn't you use a fire for around somebody, or because you normally do that? I don't know if you did or not.
No, that was Ryoshi. She cast Fires of Purity on.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
because I was pretty impressed.
What the fuck? Number 10 to
Excellent.
hero. Yeah,
Excellent.
this one useful for in combat because that 3-round one's not going to get cast in combat, is it?
No, that's
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like this one is definitely an out of cover. I kind of think of it more like this is like the healing spirit thing, the one that I did, where you can keep
Yes.
it going and people can
Yeah.
walk through and get
It
healed
is.
and healed and healed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
spirit, isn't it?
and then this one is more like a healing word where you get healed a little bit, but it's or cure wounds, I should say. It's instant and easily castable, but it's not a lot of healing. It will get somebody up.
Well, that can be a lot if you roll well.
Yeah, yeah.
If you have a couple of exploding die.
Very true.
Okay. Ryoshi actually steps up and has been assisting Takahashi with healing Dero and off the round. And yes, we should be close to the entrance as this spirit said about gaining access to the portal, or so it should be nearby. And she looks around, and it's probably around about early afternoon at this moment in time. And she then says, "We should probably find it and then stay there overnight, as I don't know what we would find in the realm of silent waters. It may be safe, it may not be more safe than the Shinomen, but we are still in the Shinomen. We should leave. Is everybody okay still to travel?"
Yes. I'm
Oh,
fine
fine.
to travel.
I am now, yes.
Excellent. Then let us go. And she starts heading off, crossing the web tunnel. She's fairly light of foot, but you still see her stick occasionally, but it's not because she's tentatively touching the strands. She finds out which ones are sticky knots, and it's going to be fairly simple for you guys to cross it now that you're fully aware of what is there. You'll travel for another couple of hours. When you find yourself at an area where the sound starts to get less again, and you have that same sort of feeling of that you had before, where you had that oppressive silence. This isn't quite as oppressive, but it has got an edge to it. Obviously, Ryoshi hasn't experienced this before, so she looks around with confusion on her face. But she continues forward.
When did we experience this silence? Was it last time we were in the Shinomen Forest?
Yeah, it's when you found the...
Is this the tree that we got the boon from?
Yes.
We're in that same area again.
No, it's the same sort of feeling, that same sort of
Okay.
silence from when you had the cherry blossom princess.
I was about to say she was a good entity, but she was also corrupted, wasn't she?
Yes, but she wasn't. Yeah, she wasn't tainted. She'd become
No,
lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. Yeah. Okay, I kind of instinctively make my way into the middle of the group.
You find Takahashi's already there, taking up the whole of the middle space.
Yeah. Just me and you in the middle, just like.
I'm quite a bit bigger than you, so you can't get into the middle.
I hide behind Takahashi.
That's easily done.
Yeah.
Easy done.
As you go forward, you actually get to it opens up into this small glade where there is a very still pond. The water is glassy smooth, and you can't hear anything. There's no sound of any insects or birds or anything like that. There is a small I don't know how to describe it. It's a small column that's actually got a like the faintest of engravings on it that you can see from this distance. She stops at the... Sorry, say again?
Sorry, you carry on your description, so I thought you'd finished.
Yeah, no. Ryoshi stops at the edge of this glade, and she looks even more confused. And she looks like she's actively listening.
There was some out of character. There was something about this pool that I had notes and I can't find them. Yeah, I had a vision or something, didn't I, about this pool? I spoke to the car and got some information.
Yes, you did, Mr. Ben.
I was just going to say, could I activate the life sensing tattoo and just sort of confirm that there's an absence of what you'd sort of expect in the area?
Yeah.
No, like you said, you can't hear any birds or insects or anything. Is that, I presume that's due to an absence of them rather than them being muted.
So there is life here, but it's the smaller life. You'll also see the birds around as well, but they are not singing. They're not warbling. When you sense them with your void, and you look at them, they're actually silent. The beaks are closed.
Okay.
Yeah. Ken, if I remember correctly, you'd felt like you have to go through the pool somehow to enter the realm of silent waters. And
Right.
because you remember this, as I say, the pond is unnaturally smooth. There is no ripples, no movement on it whatsoever.
Right, I'll remind the others that I remember the pool is the gateway. We had to travel through the pool. I wonder whether look how sedate it is. I wonder whether it's some portal. There's runes around the edge of it. That was right, Tom. What wasn't it? There were runes around the edge of the.
There's a single stone with some sort of carving on it. You can't make out from here.
I'm going to head over to. I'm going to head over towards the stone. I'm going to say I'm going to go over and look at those runes on that writing on the stone. Can somebody come with me? Who's got a? Can one of you Bushi come with me, please, in case anything jumps out?
Yeah, Akihiro, I'll go with him.
Yep. There is what you will both notice, and anyone else who's actually going up with you, is that there is a reflection of the moon on the pond. But when you look up in the sky, it is still daylight.
Right.
On the stone, there is a small haiku that says, "Moonlight on still pond, whispers pass through silver trees, breath held, silence parts."
Can you put that in the chat?
Yeah, just about to do that.
Cheers, mate.
Sorry, what's the haiku on?
There's a small stone like pillar or column. There we go. That's not. So I'll put it back onto the main map. Yeah. No, that's copy. Why is that done that? Apologies, because I have to have two Roll20s open. For some reason, I've got two of the GM side open, not the GM on the player side. So give me a second.
What's that? You said about the silent pools.
I believe it was in Fumiko's prophecy, was it not?
Yeah, was it?
I believe so. But again, my things being so slow, I can't open anything.
What was it? What?
If you look up on our notes, there should be Fumiko's prophecy, and I'm fairly sure it was one of those that mentions the silent pools being the entrance potentially of the area.
It's got the realm of peaceful waters gleams, yet deeper shadows lurk below.
Mm.
No, it's not there. It's definitely silent pools.
Yeah, there was definitely something about silent pools, wasn't there? Maybe it was something else then.
There's a thing, by starlight shall the seeker walk, and it's moonlight it's a moon reflected in the water.
It was. Yeah, must have been notes that I got. That I took there. I seem to. I've got a couple bits of paper with notes on, but they're not the notes that I want. These are not the notes you're looking for.
I don't know where my notebook's gone, to be honest. It has like everything in it. I don't know where it's gone.
Ah, that's okay. So that's what's happened. Whoever's stolen your notebook has also stolen my notes. Yeah,
there you
that's
go.
clearly
You didn't take any notes.
I blame Tom. I bet it's Tom.
Yeah, the ninjas unpaid. That's what they wonder.
There's no such thing as me.
there's the Sith Ninja GM has come
There's
round,
no
burgled
war in
my
Bath,
house,
so
taken my notes, you burnt your notebook
yeah, that's it.
because he got annoyed at all the high rolls the other week.
Can I see how Ryoshi is? Like, does she
Yeah.
look? Just thinking about how she spoke after that fight, and us sort of walking to this area, it sounded like she was kind of losing confidence in herself a little bit. I just wanted, I don't know, an insight check or something, just to see where her thoughts are.
Oh yeah. So it would the closest thing to insight in this is empathy.
Well, that's fine.
So
I'm
you can
saving
do perception plus empathy.
that. Yeah. I'm just waiting for my thing to actually open. That'd be nice. There you go. Where is empathy? Oh, that was it. Yeah. So it's awareness for mine.
Swift. Yes. No. Switch it over from awareness to perception, and then after the answer, switch it back.
Okay.
Because you can chop and change what stats you ask things on.
It's a 49. I put it back.
Cool. Okay. That's ridiculous. She is drawn to the pool, but she's slightly unnerved by the pure silence around her. The sounds of Akihiro and Takahashi just walking across the glade seem to be amplified. They weren't walking any differently. They just because they were the only sounds, and she is a little bit unsure, but she is drawn to the pool. And seeing nothing spring out at anyone, she and with Dero following her cross the glade and stands next to Takahashi and Akihiro in front of the stone pillar.
I'll follow them as well. Try and make my footsteps as light as possible so it doesn't make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Are there any silver trees around?
There's no silver birch here, no.
Or
That's
trees
what
that
you
are,
would.
that are silvery?
No.
And no silver. That's the only tree that we know that would be silver.
Yeah.
Are there any silver trees in the reflection of the moon on the pond?
Yeah, there is something that is whiter and like pale. It's like a blurred out reflection or image of something that is on either side of the pond. It's not moonlight because there is like the actual pond itself, but these are just reflections because you can see through them to the bottom of the pond. It is crystal clear.
But the reflections of something. So it's got a moon reflected in the pond, and these two white things, one either side of the pond.
Yeah.
Looking in the reflection, you said we can see the moon reflected. Can we see stars?
No stars.
Perhaps we have to wait until night time when the moonlight Strikes the pond.
Ryoshi actually kneels down and in front, and then crosses into like a standard like lotus cross, cross legs, and actually just starts staring. Those of you trained in meditation recognize that she's automatically going into this sort of meditative ideal.
So are we far from evening? Or did
It's
you say
mid-afternoon at the minute.
Right, so we are quite a ways. I'm gonna sit down and also meditate for a little while. Sort of just
Yeah, I might join the same.
Cool.
I have
You can. Those of you who do go into meditation, you can actually start meditating. Yeah.
I don't actually know how this works, even though I've got level 2 in it.
Yeah. So basically, you can do it as a you make a meditation roll, so it's meditation void roll, and there is a specific target number.
Okay.
Sorry, I closed the wrong.
While several are going into meditation, I will just keep watch.
Yeah.
I'm pressing the button, but I don't want to press this lots of time in case it pops up loads of times. But it's not rolling on.
Yeah.
I'll try it one more time. Oh, there we go. Now it's doing it. Jesus, one of those exploded into a 25. But then the rest of the rolls are shit.
What's going on with this bloody computer?
I think we should just throw out these laptops, you know.
Who's I'll see. I wouldn't have done it because with Roy her. But seeing Xiaofan sit down and meditate, I'm going to sit where I'm going to go and sit and face Xiaofan if I can.
Yeah, I'm not like right next to Ryoshi. I kind of sat a little bit away because she's like the focus, as it were. So I just I wanted to be less of a noise creator and just sat and meditated.
Does the moon pass through any of the trees or anything, like in the reflection, or is it purely onto, like, is it a complete image on the reflection of the pond?
So the actual moon itself is a reflection of the full moon, which it is not time. It is not the time of the full moon at the minute. That's in a week or so. You can see through that reflection to the bottom of the pond, and there's enough space around this pond that the actual trees of the Shinomen do not go onto the pond, do not reflect into the pond. Yeah.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep. Yeah. Lovely. Thank you.
Can I sort of?
And none of the tree we've established. None of the trees are silver.
Correct. Yes.
Can I move around a bit and see if I can see the reflection of, say, Heichi in the pool as well? Is it reflecting us? If I look in the pool myself, do I see my face reflected in it?
Yes, but you seem to be washed a little bit more washed out.
Okay.
Yeah, as if you're looking into like a bronze mirror instead of like a silvered mirror.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. People who
You
are
get-
not meditating will also notice that Ryoshi pulls out her fan, opens it, lays it in front of it on the edge of the pool, and then starts meditating once again.
Is this a war fan or a peace fan?
No, it's a
Is that
courtly
a
fan.
war fan?
Courtly fan, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Right, Ryutao.
Any fan's a war fan if you use it hard enough. I'm just saying.
Paper cuts.
Actually, I'm death by 1,000 paper cuts. Takahashi, you start settling yourself into getting to Zazen, the meditation side of things, and you realize that even though when you do meditate it is quiet, you still hear things normally. Here, it's too quiet, so you're not quite being able to get into that meditation. Ryutaru, you feel like you can feel the edge of this doorway, and you get there's a sense of sorrow here, and if you made a gift of personal sorrow, so like something like a cherished item, a poem, a wound taken in silence, reflecting on a memory, you could actually go through that door. Xiaofan, when you sit, and this is the quietest place you've ever had, even when you were within the halls of the Scorpion, this place is quieter than anything before. It is the silence of the caves. It is the silence of the depths. And you feel this sorrow, but it reminds you of what you have lost with your grandfather. And if you wish, you can step through the portal. And you think that the portal will remain open behind you, but you are not sure. You can speak to other people. If you give me a straight willpower roll, target number 25, you can communicate with people without losing that connection.
Okay. Yeah, I will try to do that. So willpower.
Yeah, you can spend void points if you wish.
I will do that. Yeah, no, I will spend. I'll spend 2 void. My last 2 voids. But I think this is important. So it puts my willpower up by 2. Is that right? Just for the moment.
You roll and keep an extra die.
Yes.
So roll. Yeah.
2 void is.
Yeah.
Roll an extra 2, keep an extra 2.
Yeah, you're only supposed to be able to spend a single void point at a time, but
okay.
Yeah.
I'll just spend a single one, then it leaves another one in the bank.
So just bump your willpower up by a point, and then drop it down by a point.
Oh, no. It was so close.
Yep.
She doesn't want to risk.
Bullshit.
She doesn't want to risk losing this connection, so she doesn't communicate.
Yep.
But if I can, if I can still keep hold of the connection,
Yeah.
I'll simply stand and walk straight into the pool.
Okay.
And then just hope
Everyone
people
else
kind
sees.
of do what they do.
Yeah. Everyone else sees Xiaofan stand, and it is the most smooth, fluid movements that she's ever made. And those of you who have got any sort of skill with meditation, or even just reaching that point, can see that she is not she's moving by instinct, not by will. And she takes a couple of steps, but when she enters into the pool, there is no ripples behind her. She takes 2 steps and then she fades into mist.
Oh, nice knowing you. Should we go head
The character,
back?
that's it.
Right, we got rid of that.
Akihiro steps forward and follows her.
That's Takahiro.
Okay. You can both give me a meditation roll. This is like an automatic thing. You can both give me a meditation roll. The target number is relatively high, as you can probably guess from the earlier stuff. What is your overarching emotion at this point? What is your desire at this point? Now that you've seen Xiaofan fade into mist. And we'll start with...
So I haven't been...
I was going to start with you anyway, Ian.
Considering I haven't been meditated, so I haven't really considered. My concern is for Xiaofan's safety and her not going anywhere alone without some sort of protection.
Okay. And Andy.
Takahiro is attempting to follow. He thinks she's found the way that we need to go, and likewise has a concern about her going alone.
Okay. Both of you can make me a... You're going to be making me a... You can either make me a meditation roll using willpower, not void, or you can make me a straight void roll. Target number is going to be 30.
Right. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I've got 2 voids spent. Did I spend void in that battle with the spider thing?
Yes, you did.
I did, right. So I've got no void available. So I'm
Okay.
going to do a meditation with willpower.
Yep.
You can still roll your void, I think. Tom roll.
Yes, that's
your...
right.
My void is 2. My willpower is 3. So I'm not going to succeed in this because I'm untrained in meditation. So
if you...
I need to roll 3 10s.
Yeah. That didn't work, did it? So...
Splash.
Yeah. Akihiro, you actually, again, as you dart forward to catch up to Xiaofan, you take 2 steps and you just find yourself emerging into a different plane. I'll get back to you in a second. Takahiro, you splash into the pool and you actually... There are ripples go out around you. But as soon as you get to like 3 steps, you realize that you are wet and you are not going anywhere.
Right. I shall climb immediately out of the pool so that it can still down as quickly as possible. and then I want to look.
Yeah.
To see, this will obviously take time. I want to look to see if it now is still reflecting the moon. But obviously, it
The
takes
moon
time.
is still there, and it does settle down quicker than you would expect. The
Okay.
the expanding ripples do go out, but they don't seem to go out as far as. Why has he done this? Oh, I'm really not liking this. So basically, before I could have open the 2 different games of Roll20, some reason it's not letting me do that now. So you're going to see these rolls if they're even in these characters are here. They're not here. They're in the other one. God damn it. Okay.
Well,
I'll have to do it.
And I,
It's all right. Yeah.
I've seen 2 of them vanish, and I've seen one of them splash. One person splash.
Yes.
You mentioned about Xiaofan being very serene and fluid and kind of very zen-like. Can I ascertain kind of what states that Akihiro and Takahiro were in when they went into the pool, and deduce their meditative states made a difference? Like, did Akihiro go in there really not serene, but in his very focused, like zen-like state, going up after Xiaofan, whereas Takahiro just went, ah!
no,
Quick, save her!
no. I went in what I think is a very Zen-like state. Clearly, I failed at that. But I definitely tried to be Zen-like.
I'm trying to ascertain what state they were in to try maybe to replicate it.
So obviously you can speak to Takahiro. In regards to Akihiro, give me a. I would say make me an awareness roll with empathy if you have it. Target number 20.
Of the empathy skill. No.
Yeah, empathy skill, but so it's I believe it's a high skill.
Empathy.
It's a high skill.
I
If you don't have it, then it's just a straight awareness roll. Then please.
Right.
Cool.
Damn.
Just roll.
So you wouldn't say that it was Akihiro's was a Zen-like movement. It was a selfless movement. That's what I would say. Ian, would you be wanting to expand on that?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I think in terms of all the members of the party, he has the connection with Xiaofan, and it was instinctive for him to have leapt forward. He didn't think about it. It was completely instinctive.
Okay. Right. Let me just make a quick roll.
I would say there's now once he fails to go through, and Akihiro does, Takehiro's got a look of confusion on his face as well.
Right. Can Heichi go over to Takahiro and hold him by both shoulders, look into his eyes, and say, "A quiet mind reflects the moon, still, silver, and whole. Just be. You are enough."
Okay.
I shall
Try
nod
again.
sagely like that meant something,
Like,
and I
yes.
shall hide my
In-
confusion.
In fairness, when the others were meditating, Akihiro had actually got his inks out and his brushes, because he's got a new hobby of writing haiku. And anyone who looks across will find there's a piece of paper on the floor, because he didn't have time to tidy up after himself. His inks and his brushes are there, and the haiku is "Moon in still water, not the sky that holds its lights, but the pool that shines."
Nice.
That was creepy.
Oh.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Sorry.
That little started
Sounds
all over
fine.
the place. Yeah.
That was like the start of a fucking horror movie.
Sorry, guys.
It was actually
We're all
perfect.
too zen for our own good, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well done.
No.
Ryoshi, whilst all this is going on, Ryoshi has stayed with it, stayed meditating.
Could I?
And yep,
I was about to say, could I meditate with her and how she taught me how to meditate and just sort of spend a void point to sort of help her through my sort of willingness is wanting to help her with a little bit of sort of curiosity, but not
Yeah.
sort of guarded curiosity to the situation. But
yeah.
sort of willing
You
to
can give
sort
me a meditation. Yeah, you can give me a meditation roll, if you like.
Could you remind me what tea ceremony does, Tom?
That recovers void point.
Basically, gives everybody in the group a void point back.
and I'm spending a
So
void point.
it's a yeah. So tea ceremony basically is just like a group way of getting void point back. Before I look at that, because I've got I've got a question to ask you because of what you knew beforehand with that whole personal gifts, something heartfelt, etc. Were you doing anything in regards to that, or were you just meditating as per normal? So I don't want to look at it yet.
I'll sort of meditating, sort of sending out instead of the inward meditating she's normally taught me. I'm trying to sort of project outwards that
Sense of peace, maybe?
sense of peace that Roshi. I want Roshi to do this. She is a good person and deserves. I'm just trying to send out sort of good
vibes,
sort of feelings out. Yeah, good vibes out for her.
Right. All right, let's have a look what you got.
Apparently, you didn't keep the extra one, but not that really helps.
Mirror. 25. Right.
It should be 27, but not really that helps.
Oh, you're only keeping
Didn't
3.
put
Right?
the extra keep on when I. Yeah, as I spent a void point, so it should have been an extra keep, but it didn't activate it. Not that helps.
That's 27. So, you feel this is the wrong direction to go with meditation. You feel like it should be something heartfelt and sorrowful, something with a memory, more than, or admitting something to yourself or others, more so than wishing other people to succeed. It's more about the self that is required at this point. So yeah, again, you can communicate any of this to the others that are still there. So, but you do see that Ryoshi stands holds her hand out to Hero, and they start walking on into the pool, and the same thing happens to them as happens to Akihiro and Xiaofan. So there's just the 1, 2, 3, 4 of you left.
I say in my head, I'm upset that I want to be the one holding her hand, walking into the mist.
Yeah.
Oh, Dero's gonna get it.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna get an arrow just randomly. Oh, friendly fire.
I
Sorry.
was hoping I was going to get a good roll there and sort of take her hand and help her through to the mists.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
No. Damn
No.
rolls.
That's so funny.
So I'll convey that it seems to be something more inward and more sorrowful rather.
Can I try and I don't know, like impart some help in meditation to those who are less skilled in that area?
Is that what you're
Yes.
trying to do with me?
Trying to, yeah.
Trying to. Okay.
A cup that
ooh,
is full
okay, so
cannot add more.
Yeah.
okay, let me just have a look.
It's the difference between learning and understanding, Andy. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Huh.
And
Let's have a look
he
at,
can explain it to you, but he can't understand it for you. You got to do some of the work.
Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. Okay. Because there isn't a skill that I can see that basically is about instruction. So, what I'm going to do, okay, you can make me an intelligence meditation. Intelligence? Yeah, an intelligence meditation roll. Target
Do
number
that.
25. Okay. This is you trying to explain it in a way that each of the others will get it. If you hit that target number, they will gain 1 unkept dice to the roll.
Okay.
It's going to take you a couple minutes of explaining it, but yeah.
Coaching.
Just while Ben's
While
Yeah.
just while
Okay.
Ben's on that roll, how long does a tea ceremony take?
yeah, that's just what I was going to.
Oh,
I
sorry.
mean, I know that it's a bit thingy because I know Andy's used up all of his void, but a tea ceremony is a meditative state, and I'm thinking I would suggest, or Takahashi would suggest that we all take part because it might help us center ourselves for the next meditation check that we obviously
Perhaps
need.
while I'm explaining. You can
Yeah.
partake of tea.
Okay. So the shortened version of a tea ceremony is 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 to 30 minutes is the shortened version.
Okay.
And that's usually like a more informal one. But if it's a formal one in like in a proper tea house where you have the ceremony, it can take it can take an hour or more. Yeah, 2-3 hours sometimes, depending on that. So you could
We've
do
got
it. Yeah.
I mean, we cut as much as we need to get through this to help them if in case they need help. If we keep on wasting our time trying to do something that we can't achieve, it's pointless. We may as well take our time now and to make sure that we achieve success together.
Okay.
I don't know what I need to do for a tea ceremony. Do I just roll it?
Nice. I believe it's. I'm just double checking it.
It's a skill.
Now
It's
there
a
is a part.
skill. It's
All right.
it's actually an official skill. It's a void skill. I actually have one level in it, so can I assist in it? I can't remember what the assisting rules in this are. Do I make a successful roll and give him an unkept dice? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
So if I make what target number do I need to get to add him a dice?
I'm just checking that out now because it was not something I was expecting. So that's absolutely
I
fair.
doubt it. It might be 15. I've got 19.
Might be a 10 or 15 or something. We're hoping it's a low target number.
No, I don't think
It's
it
going to be
is.
20 if you watch you pass.
It's going to be
It's
20,
going,
isn't it? Because I got 19.
hang on. It's going to be relatively high because it's a group thing. That was the tea ceremony. When conducting a tea ceremony, you must make a tea ceremony void roll. Target number 15 plus 5 for each participant after the second. Yep. So for 2 people, it's target number 15. For 3, it goes up to 20 and so on. Yep. It says here the ceremony takes 30 minutes to complete successfully and requires a quiet location to be conducted. Yeah, in a very quiet location.
Can't get much more quiet.
Yeah, exactly.
Positively
So it's 30
serene.
minutes. And there is, let's have a look. There is Takahashi, Takahiro, Ryutao, and Heichi. So that means that's 15, 20, 25 is the target number.
But
I don't need to
about
be included in
yeah, you don't need to be included.
No, I don't think Heichi would join in the tea ceremony. He'd
Okay,
probably
so
just
still
stand
target number,
respectfully.
Target number 20.
still
I'm
target
not.
number 20.
My role is not to do the tea ceremony. My role is just to assist
Yeah,
Takahiro.
right.
Sorry, not Takahiro.
I mean,
Yeah, let me see how that works. This game, it's.
my
Right,
plan was to
so
just
this is-
meditate again, so I wasn't too fussed about the tea ceremony, but
No,
it might help.
uh,
I mean, I'm not that bad at meditating. I just can't
Can-
roll. I seem to roll multiple ones.
Can
You
meditation
can't avoid
recover void points, or is that just tea ceremony?
just tea ceremony, I think.
meditation does recover personal void points. Yeah, but not. Whereas tea ceremony recovers group void points.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me try and search for it because I want to get the wording right. Skill checks, skill checks, skill checks. Advantages. There's no spells, weapons, more schools. Oh, I think it's above that, isn't it? Cooperative roles. What if it's yeah, 2 types. Cooperative roles the first involves a group working together towards one end without significant consequences for failure. An example, one individual is chosen from those participating to make the skill roll. He receives a bonus to the total of his roll equal to the combined ranks of all other participants in the skill in question. The second one, an individual skill was required from each participant, but the participant with the single highest rank in the skill being used plus the bonus equal to his skill rank to all others. So you'll be using the first one. So your levels in tea ceremony will just be added to Takahashi's total skill roll. So
Okay.
what level of tea ceremony do you have?
I've got 1.
1. You said you're already doing it. That means that the 19-year-old becomes a 20. This means that everybody involved in the tea ceremony gets 1
No.
void point back.
That's my role. That was my role. That's my role.
No, you don't have to roll.
No.
Yeah.
So you need to ignore that role, I think, and Takahashi needs to roll.
Oh, I thought he did roll.
No, it's just me.
No, I haven't rolled.
Yeah. So Takahashi, you need
Does
to
Ryutaro
roll
have tea
and then
ceremony?
add.
No,
Okay, so it's just +1 bonus.
Yeah.
I'm more about self-meditation.
Yeah. So your target number is 20. You get +1 to the total.
Yeah.
Not +1 die, just +1 number.
I'm going to put a void point into it because I've only got a tea ceremony of 2. So I put 1 void point in, and that's my last void point. But I'm going to get 1 back. So
yeah,
if I succeed,
if you succeed. 48.
He takes
Yes,
everyone
right.
with him anyway.
Yeah.
49.
Yeah, technically 49.
Yeah,
I
so-
made a lot of difference.
Yeah. Okay, so with the roll that you did, plus the explanation, I'm going to say that the explanation from Heichi works because of that role and the receptive stance that you're in, receptive mood that you're in. You realise that actually, Ryutaro, during the tea ceremony, are you going to tell them about what you learnt during your personal meditation?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you're now all aware that to be able to get through the portal, effectively, if you give a heartfelt memory, a cherished item, you take a wound in silence, something like that, you will reduce the target number of the meditation to go through. Okay, on the purely mechanic side of things. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, so the target number to do that would be another meditation roll, but the target number 20 instead of 30.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to pause all of you there and go over to Xiaofan and Akihiro. And all right, let me just close that. I have to get my descriptions up because it's wordy. Yep. Is this the right one?
You see 5 dragons.
One.
Oh, God! I run.
There's this bloke called Fu Leng.
Yeah, there's this bloke called Fu Leng. Oh, Fu Leng, I've heard a lot about you. I shit myself and die.
Yeah.
Always a classy lady.
Yeah. Oh no, I think you mean B there.
So Xiaofan, you step through, and very soon behind you, you'll find that Akihiro comes through. When you are both there, you find out the realm of Silent Waters is one of the more serene realms. I don't think either of you have done any sort of spirit realm work before, have you?
Don't think so.
No. Okay. So this is a realm or it's vast networks of still pools, shallow lakes, stretching endlessly under the eternal twilight sky, where there's neither sun nor moon or stars. The surface of these waters remains perfectly still, creating mirror-like surfaces that reflect not just images, but you notice that you get fleeting glimpses of memories that you've seen, dreams that you and other people have had, possible futures as well.
What, in the pools?
You'll also see in the pools, yeah. Um, there's small islands of white sand and pale stone just dots the waters, connected by narrow paths that seem to form and seem to be revealed and then hidden by a mist, or if they're being formed by the mist. You're not entirely sure. Cherry trees with silver bark grow on these islands, the petals falling eternally, but never actually causing any ripples on the water's surface. The air is filled with like soft chiming of unseen bells and distant whispers, and you're not quite sure, but these could be, again, memories, dreams, prophecies. You can see these paths stretching into the distance, and occasionally you'll see like glimpses of movement. And at one point, this movement stops on the island in front of you, and you see that it is a kitsune with 3 tails, which then spins on itself and it turns into a person in full courtier dress, the fox's head and the 3 tails behind it, and it bows to you both, and then starts walking away.
So it appeared kind of like how we did, or was it already there?
It was already there, it seems. It seems to be like a natural destiny of this realm.
I think I turned towards Akihiro, sort of a little bit like waiting for somebody else to come across for a second, and then I was just hoping more would follow. But I'm glad I'm not alone, and just like looking around.
Clearly, you have greater insight than the others. I followed an instinct, but
I have a feeling that they'll join us soon. We just need to wait. I don't want to venture much further from this point. I'm assuming this place that they're standing in right now, kind of, you say it stretches out. There's like lots of pools.
Yes. There's
Yeah.
more pools, ponds, lakes, streams than there is physical land.
Yeah. I don't know if I can find my way back here.
No, the kitsune, does he just carry on going without looking back, or does he stop and look back at us? Or I'm trying to gauge whether you're expecting us to follow him, or
Yeah.
He just walks away.
I think that may have been an obvious lead to follow, but I think we need to stay here because
I'm nervous to
we are
leave.
stronger as a group.
Exactly. My attention suddenly is taken by some of these pools, and Xiaofan's gonna slowly creep up to a couple to see what's being reflected in them.
You see yourself actually as a child playing on a short pier back in the village where you grew up before you left. You see yourself just playing with other children,
It's,
and as you see that, there's a memory. Like,
oh, Tom's dying. I can hear him upstairs. Jesus.
sorry about that, folks. As you see that, there's a slight pressure behind you, and Ryoshi and Dero step out.
Kind of like look more relieved, but still anxious for the rest of my clan.
Yeah. As they do so, she walks towards the path that leads out, looking around, and as she does so, there's a small rise in the water, and a wave deposits uh, a scroll case on the path in front of her. I'm going to pause you guys there and go back to Takahashi, Akihiro, Heichi, and Ryutao. Okay. Actually, Andy's disappeared off, so we'll wait for him to come back for you guys. Ian and Xiaofan, you're there. As she picks up the scroll case, there's a slight murmur, so the voices clear up for a brief second, and a poem is said. Did I paste it? I did not copy it. Hang on. Oh, really? I'll yeah. 9 the islands, 9 the vales, each a truth where silence sails. Step with care, the heart's untried, the water knows where secrets hide. First is silence, deep and wide, where sound and soul must part and hide. No voice shall guide, no echo stay, only stillness lights the way. Then comes reflection, glass so clear, it shows your shame, no doubt your fear. Face the self you dare not name, or drown beneath remembered blame. The path is twisted, dreams grow wild, where fear misleads and faith is styled. Walk with will, or fall through fate, each step a choice to liberate. The memory speaks with fractured tongue of deeds long lost, of songs unsung. Recall the past, restore what's true, or let the stones remember you. Purity flows where darkness seeps, and even virtue stumbles, weeps. Can you endure the cleansing flame, or see your soul not quite the same? Through sands of time, the ages creep, 1,000 lives a dreamless sleep. See futures written yet undone, and choose the path of rising sun. The blinding storm shall test your grace, when wind and vow the spirits chase. Only together shall you hold what once was sealed in fear grown old. A guardian waits in shadowed tide, who sees all truth you've yet to hide. Speak not with lies, but heart and hand, and prove you understand this land. At last comes worth, the final shore. What have you gained? Where do you soar? The sword shall know, the realm shall see, if you are who you claim to be. So step brave souls through mist and fear, the waters watch, the end draws near. For those who pass with honour bright shall carry home the realm's own light. I'm going to put that in the chat now, and then I'll put a handout as well for you. Okay?
Thanks.
Yeah,
no way
there's no way you're going to be able to do that. Yeah? So, I knew that. That's easy. So, it was almost as if this was being spoken as Ryoshi unrolled the scroll. Dero looks around for this voice, completely on edge. This is not something he's able to actually understand. It's quite easy to see that he's only ever focused on the physical, the here and now, and this is not right for him. He's never seen this, never contemplated this sort of thing.
I think it was waiting for you. I say to Ryoshi. Nothing happened when we stepped through. But we did see perhaps a denizen of this place, a kitsune, courtier by the looks of it. They disappeared off that way. She'll point where I'm assuming that we can't see the kitsune any longer.
Yeah. She said, "This is a place of the kitsune. I feel home here. I feel like I should continue, but I don't know if I wish to continue on my own or what. I want to continue with you because you and the others you're linked to this now. I think we need to continue."
I believe so too. I imagine it won't be long for the rest of my brothers to come through.
Yeah, I do not think that we have any fear of that not happening. It is something that
I'm
yeah.
sure that the delay is simply them trying to translate Heiji's words of guidance.
Yes, I yeah.
And we wait.
I think yes, exactly. You guys are going to be waiting for however long it takes.
Yeah.
Half an hour, hopefully, if this works. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit longer.
Yeah.
If it's half an hour, then I'm definitely looking around local pools to see what just spying on people's memories, basically. Or does every pool that we go to is a memory of ourselves?
Yes.
Oh, that's boring.
Yeah. At this moment in time, it's memories of yourself. Yeah.
Are they all
Yes, Ian.
memories? Are they all things that... So Akihiro goes and checks, and does he remember all of the events? Or you said about possible futures. Has he seen something that may not have actually happened in his life, but he could foresee it happening if things had taken a different line?
Yes,
Like Akihiro kneeling
actually.
praying to the kami.
Yeah, there are alternates. There are things that are slightly different for everybody there. For example, Xiaofan, in one vision, you never went to the Scorpion. Yeah. Akihiro, in one, you stayed with the dragon. You actually became an imperial magistrate instead of becoming a member of the Boar Clan, and you see yourselves rising through the ranks. You're not sure how far you could go, but you can see you would see that there's this you're getting better not only as a person or a fighter, but you're also getting better at recognizing potential in others as well, and becoming more not socially adept in the regard of like being a courtier, but you see yourself becoming a teacher.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Akihiro the courtier. What a terrifying prospect.
Well, yeah, there is that. Yeah. So, wow, that's
It's just a vision of Akihiro going, right, that's it. We'll dispense with the formalities. Yes to you, no to you, and you all think about it, come back in 2 weeks. No grace. Zero grace.
Yeah, just shut up and listen. I will tell you what's right.
Literally.
To what's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Mind you, that's sort of the
Uh,
Takahiro approach.
Yeah, but he does it with,
With some subtlety and
flair.
grace, yeah.
Waste of time.
Waste of my time.
I'm gonna flip back now because we have Andy back. So Takahiro, Takahashi, Ryutaro, and Heiji. Please make me a meditation roll, target number 20.
Now, I recovered a void point, didn't I?
But
You did.
yes,
I'm going to spend
it's
that.
target number 20. But to be able to get to that target number 20, you need to tell me what you're going to give up. Are you going to give up a memory? Are you going to take a wound? Are you going to give a cherished item? What are you going to reflect on to give the sorrow that is required?
I'm going to take a wound.
Okay, give me a willpower roll not to cry out in pain. Target number 15. No, yeah, I'm going to say 15 because you're purposely cutting yourself. Right, sorry. I'll do that later. Yeah, absolutely fine. So you can do a meditation at target number 20. Heiji, are you going to do anything to reflect the sorrow that is expected, or are you
Yes.
going to? Yep. What are you going
I'm
to
going
do?
to reflect the sorrow. Heiji is quite soft-hearted. He doesn't like to take human life, and that stems from kind of a traumatic experience when he was younger, where he was responsible for the death of another of the students, and I think that's a memory of deep shame and sorrow that he has, that he will call upon for
you're
this.
not giving this up, but you're thinking on this. So yeah, please give me a roll target number 20.
Okay. I'll spend a void point just in case I get a terrible roll.
Okay. Yeah,
There we go.
absolutely.
What's
Ryutaro,
Can I do
Okay,
anything
so-
like Xiaofan did and try and keep the link open for people, or is it? Have I done anything? Is it not possible?
let's go through this first, and then we'll see.
Okay.
Right. Ryutaro.
So I will probably meditate and think upon the first time that I was affected by the family trickster curse, and how horrible it made me, how sort of sad it made me feel that I was affected, and how angry I was at the spirits.
I like that. Yes, you can give the target number 20 meditation.
And then probably the fact that I now sorrow now that I was so ignorant back then.
Ooh, yes. Yeah. And finally, Takahiro.
I shall dwell on the sorrow that I feel for the embarrassment I caused my parents when I chose to join the Boar and caused the engagement that they had arranged to collapse.
Political sorrow, but also, yes, embarrassment for the
Well,
family.
it's more embarrassing for the family. It's not the politics is a secondary thing. It's more the embarrassment I caused my parents.
Yep. Yeah, I'll take that.
So I'm going to spend a void point and do right. I have no meditation. So if I spend a void
Yes.
point, does that make it trained rather than untrained, or do I
It's
just add one to my void?
you can basically make it an untrained skill a trained skill.
Okay.
Yep. So you can put one into your meditation. Yep. Make a trained skill roll, and then take that 1 point back out again.
Okay. And do I have to roll on void, or can I roll on willpower this time?
No, this is a void roll.
Void. Okay, just checking. Right, and I'm now making a trained roll,
Yes.
and I have failed again.
Yep. Hold that
You
thought.
only do two. Oh, of course, yeah. Void.
I've only got void of 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ben, give me a willpower roll. As you notice that Takehiro's struggling with this.
You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make
Actually,
it drink.
do you know what? Yeah, you can, because you're a monk, you can either give me a willpower or a void roll for this to try and drag him along. Up to you. Yeah. Actually, spot on what I was thinking of. So, you see that whatever Takahiro is thinking of seems to be clashing with something else in his brain. It's not he can't focus on one thing other things are poking at him. You're not sure what, but you realise that he needs help. And so, as you helped him before with words, this time you're going to physically help him. Okay.
You grab
So
him by
it's up
his
to you if you-
ear. Sorry.
and all of you step through into the realm of silent waters. As I say, this place is, apart from these whispers and these chiming, this place is literally silent. You haven't heard any rustling. The kitsune that you heard that you saw on one of the islands made no sound as they moved. And actually, closing a little bit early tonight, but just first stepping onto the realm of silent waters, I think it's a good place to leave it for tonight. So thank you very much, folks.
Did you want to do maybe a, because we're resting here, aren't we?
Yeah,
Okay. Would the rest next
you.
time, or if there's stuff to happen?
We'll just go straight into next time. We'll go straight into this same point. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So I think this. Yeah. So thank you very much. We shall see you next time.
Thanks.
And enjoy the rest of your week, folks.
Thanks. Bye
Bye.
all. Bye. Bye.